we are going to talk about drawing the form, the shape of the body anatomy. From I have learned so far, if you want to draw anatomy correctly, you really need to understand the human body, how it's move, how it change over time, and how it react in different situations. It might sound difficult, but I promise it's easier than you think. So what's up everyone? Welcome back, and if you are new here, welcome to my channel. Previous video I talked about how to practice drawing head. You can check it here. I showed how I place the head in 3D space. So this second part will apply a similar process to the body. When you start drawing the body structure, begin by setting your guideline in 3D space. Use the basic body shape. These help define the perspective and the volume of your figure. I will always begin with the head. After I sketch the head, I move on the torso. I try to follow the natural curves of the body. I usually add the neck, the collarbones. There are the good reference point, the shoulders, the rib cage. I keep it simple but clear. These help me build to good base of the rest of the figure. I continue use the belly, which connect the torso to the hips. I follow the body's natural curves, especially on the side, then progressively add the other parts of the body. You may ask, why do not you use the box for every part of the body? Well, personally, I am not comfortable using the box for everything. It's not because it's wrong, but just because I am not full comfortable with that approach yet. Instead, I focus on observation. When I read a manga, comics, or even when I watch people around me on the street at the coffee, I try to study then. Why is this person standing that way? Why does that walk feel dynamic? What kind of emotion or posture do I see? By thinking this way, I try my brain to understand really human emotion and gestures, so I can draw them later from imagination. That's why I do not always rely on boxy construction, but I always try to understand the structure behind each pose. Next, I try to draw this structure from different angles. Maybe a back view or side view. The point is to really understand the body structure from every perspective. When I move to the legs, I always keep perspective in mind. I start with the hips, then I add things. From there, I loosely build out the calves and ankles. I finish with the feet, which I usually break into two parts: the foot, the toes. I draw them with emotion and guideline, especially around the knees and the thigh and calf muscle. This gives the legs a sense of volume and flexibility. Start from the top, from the arm and ends. I begin with a shoulder. I follow the shape of the shoulder, the muscle. They help guide the rest of the arms. From there, I build downward through the biceps, the forearms, the hands. I draw a triangle between the biceps and the forearms. This helps me when I need to change the orientation of the arm movement. When I finish with these hands, I try to give them some motion. Do not just let the hands hang straight down. That can make your characters look lifeless. Adding movement, not just structure. For me, drawing a character standing stiff like a mannequin does not feel very exciting. I want my figures to feel alive, even in stylish pose. That's why I always try to give them a sense of movement or attitude. Everyone has their own way to standing or carrying themselves, and I want to capture that in my drawing. The more you practice drawing different body types and pose, the more you will understand how to bring life into your character. Drawing female anatomy, form and balance. When drawing a woman, I start by shaping the area of the breast. This part is up to your style. You can stylize it however you like, but always keep in mind the balance between the torso and the rest of the body. Also, think about your character's mood and personality. When you draw the hips, make sure the curves and volume feel balanced with the upper body. This helps your character stand in a believable and appealing way. If you find the drawing woman challenging, I totally get it. I did and still do too. My best advice is use reference, but do not just copy them. Try to understand them. Ask yourself, why is she posing like that? What makes her shape or posture work in this image? Doing this helps you build a mental library of pose and proportion. Over time, you will rely more on your imagination and less on direct copying. Add life through movement and details. As I go, I start adding small details and a bit of movement, just enough to make the drawing feel more alive. One trick I always use, especially when drawing women, it to offset the hips and shoulder. For example, if the right shoulder goes down, the right hips goes up. This creates the natural S curve on the body, and it really helps make the pose more interesting. It's something you will see in a lot of drawing tutorials, and it really works. Improve drawing. Once you are comfortable with this, try fitting your characters into different parts of the page. Maybe they are crouching, leaning, or sitting. Use the space creatively. Repeat the process, rotate the character, and try new angles. And if you are stuck, use reference. There's no shame in it. Just remember, try to memorize what you see so you can draw it later from imagination. That's it for this video. I do not have much more to say except draw. You can watch all of tutorials you want, but if you do not put it into practice, none of it matters. So grab your tools, pencil, pen, tablet, whatever you have, and start drawing today. Thanks for sticking with me to this end. Share this with someone who might need to hear it too. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.